Chaitanya Bhagavat mentions Lord Chaitanya. He was huge procession, and many people to the Chaitanya.
And in Chaitanya Bhagavat it mentions that Lord Chaitanya took this huge procession and brought it to the front door of the Kazi who was persecuting the devotees. But first he had gone all over the city with these 4 different groups.
And saw from the celestial abodes, they sent down flowers and conch shells and things.
So from the celestial abodes, angels were raining down flowers and little conch shells, the demigods.
And then the king of the angels, the devas, Indra, the one of the devas, I think one of the devas, they came down to watch.
So some of the devas, they actually came down to watch, Indra and Vayu.
And then when I saw Lord Chaitanya dancing, and I used to see the Nityananda and Radha, I fainted, they couldn't believe it.
When the devas saw that Lord Chaitanya was dancing with Nitai and Gadadhar, they actually fainted. They were so overwhelmed seeing the sight.
Of course, I got it, was dancing and chanting. It was wonderful.
That the Supreme Personality of Godhead was chanting and dancing in the streets. It was wonderful to them.
Then they came back to consciousness after the being stunned and fainting. They took human form and right in the kirtan. Right in you. I don't know, one of you may be an angel in disguise.
So when they came back to consciousness, they decided to take human form and join in the kirtan. So some of you may also have done that. You may be angels and demigods in disguise.
We're not going to check IDs, but
We're not going to check IDs, mostly because they could produce them.
I watch it sometimes breathing on one side, the other on the other. You know, frequently it's so ecstatic, you think, and then he'd crash to the ground when the diet had to get up.
So Lord Chaitanya, when he was chanting and dancing in the streets, he would have Nitai on one side and he would have Gadadhar on the other. Because in his dancing and ecstasy, he would often faint and then go crashing to the ground. So he would need one of them to catch him.
That's some atheist hecklers on the side of the road.
There were some atheist hecklers on the side of the road.
Yes, all people chanting, dancing.
And they were dismissing, oh, some people chanting and dancing.
When they saw Lord Chaitanya in such ecstasy,
But then when they saw Lord Chaitanya in such ecstasy,
they became overwhelmed.
they became overwhelmed.
Started chanting also.
They started chanting also.
So this kirtan had gone on. They stopped, the clock stopped. It went on.
So this kirtan went on, and it made the clock stop. It just kept going.
And then the Santhaji, he heard the kirtan in the distance.
And then the Chand Kazi, he heard this kirtan in the distance.
Thought, what is this? It's a Hindu marriage or something?
He thought, what is this? Some Hindu marriage or something?
He sent out his soldiers, tell the Hindus shut up.
He sent out his soldiers, tell the Hindus to shut up.
And then the soldiers went out. A million people, wow, they got ocean people.
But then the soldiers came out and they saw 1 million people, just an ocean of people.
Pulled off the turbans, hit their ears.
So the soldiers, They pulled off their turbans, they hid their mustache, and they started chanting.
When they came by, we surrounded the Chankazi's house.
They came to the Chankazi's house.
They started saying, burn the house, or Chankazi, get out.
They started saying?
Burn the house.
They started saying, burn the house, burn the house.
Fire, peace.
And Lord Chaitanya said, be peaceful.
I'm trying to figure out, your grandfather used to call me Chacha Uncle. So that means you're like my grandnephew.
So then the Chankazi came out and he saw Lord Chaitanya and said, your grandfather, he used to call me Chacha Ago. So you're like my grandnephew. It's a term of affection.
So why are you keeping your nephew standing in the street?
So then Lord Chaitanya said, why are you keeping your nephew standing in the street? So then the Chazi said, yes, come in.
Had a nice discussion.
So then they had a nice discussion.
All people and Lord Chaitanya, he said that you kill your mother and father.
Lord Chaitanya, he mentioned that to the Kazi that you kill your mother and father.
Call your mother, you give them milk, and wool, all your fields is your father.
The cow is your mother because she gives you milk, and the bull is your father because he plows the fields and gives you grain, and yet you kill them and eat them.
And the Sangha said, well, you have Gomeda in the Vedas.
Chankazi said, well, you have Gomeda in the Vedas.
Sacrifice cows.
You sacrifice cows.
And then they explained that you take an old cow and they used to sacrifice and give back up their life.
So Lord Chaitanya explained that this practice was in the old times, that an old cow would enter the sacrifice and through it be given a new life.
That way they saw the efficacy of the Vedic mantras.
It was a way of demonstrating the efficacy of the mantras and prayers being chanted.
Bring the cow back to life.
They would actually be able to bring the cow back to life.
This age, such sacrifices are prohibited because they're not qualified a priest to do that kind of.
But in this age, such sacrifices are prohibited because there's no priests that are qualified to chant such prayers.
And so, like then one Chankazi, he said, last night I had a dream.
So then Chankazi admitted that last night I had a dream.
Half man, half lion. He came up and said, you have interfered with my holy name chanting.
A half man, half lion came out and said, you've interfered with my holy name chanting.
Do it again. Okay, I'm going to kill you.
You do it again, that's it. I'm going to kill you.
He scratched my chest.
And the Kazi showed that he scratched his chest.
Chankazi, he shot actually on his physical body, the scratch marks.
And he showed on his physical body there was actually scratch marks on his chest.
He said, I declare me and my descendants never stop their Sankirtan movement.
So then the Kazi declared that myself and future descendants, future rulers, we will never stop the Sankirtan movement.
In the village, Chankazi lived near Mayapur.
In the village where Chankazi lived, there in Mayapur,
Where I live,
So I also live in that village, Mayapur, and I met the last living descendant of this Chand Kazi in Mayapur, who is still Muslim, and he's very favorable.
Lord Chaitanya took all the devotees to the house of Govindam Sridhar, the banana salesman.
So then after this pastime, Lord Chaitanya took all the devotees to the house of Kolavetra Sridhar, the banana salesman.
They had a kind of victory kirtan.
They had a kind of picnic kirtan. Oh, victory kirtan.